Hi everyone. We are picking up stuff where we left last time. So we are gonna wait like 5 minutes for people to come in and we are gonna resume everything. So last time we made the frame, made the Z motors and blocks, and we are gonna try to put the gantry today and hopefully put the shuttle for the Toolchanger on this. I also printed this. This is supposed to help put the belt in place. We're gonna see if that does help, actually. Well, we'll see. Let's start this. That should be working, yeah. So, let's try this. We are gonna use the BZI instead of the regular idlers. Let's go with this. So we're gonna start with all the needed parts for this. Where was I on this? I should be able to find this. Okay, so we are gonna need a few things. So first of all, we're gonna need the fasteners, which mean M5 by 30, M5 by 30. These are the ones. We're gonna need pulleys, tooth eaters. And which one do we need? I think it's these ones. Yep, 20. Yes, that's the right one. We're gonna do this later. Okay. So the main difference is that I'm not gonna use any screw to hold the idler's pulley, but pins. So that should be faster. If I'm able to open this bag. Let's go. All the parts here. We're gonna place first the nuts inside. There we go. There we go. There we go. There. There. And the last one. Okay, so that's done. Now, as I was saying, hi Augustus, we are gonna use pins instead of screw to hold the pulley in place. Like this. And that should be faster. There we go. That's one. There is the second one. And the third one. Hi Resin, hi Jeff, hi Red. And if I'm able to place the last one, should be good. Yeah. There we go. Just making sure that everything's pinned. Yep. Okay. Morning, Reth. Hope you enjoy your coffee. Now, all we have to do is place the screws in there, and we should be good to go, and place it on the printer. So as I was saying, the only reason I'm going to use the BZ die is because I think it's cooler to have this. It's way cooler. I know that people may think that there is other reason, but for myself, that's the only reason. Okay, should try to do this. And up to the top. There. That's one. That's how it's supposed to be. And then we're gonna do all of these right now. Just making sure of something. There might be a way to. No, it's basically the same. Is it? Yeah, it's the same. So, just making sure that I'm not doing something stupid. And that should be good. Okay, I'm gonna try to rush the thing. There, 1, 2. We got the second one. And then we'll be able to start the gantry. So I was saying, I printed this. This is supposed to be what they call a belt helper. I have honestly never tried it. We're gonna see if it actually helps. But if it does, that's something that I'm gonna keep for a long time, because I've been building printers and every time it's a pain to put the belt in place. We're gonna see this. Okay. Almost done with this. That's okay. And the last one. And then it's Toolhead time. I love the Toolhead time. Always have a problem with the Toolheads. There. Let's try the other way. That's okay. And the last one. Is good too. Okay, so we have everything. Let's put this on the printer. Okay. So we're gonna need M5 Toolheads. That's the good ones. And we have 4, so that means 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7, 8. Same thing for the screws. And 5 after 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. Now I have everything. Just making sure I have the right one. Perfect. All we need to do is place these. That's not the right T-nut. Okay. So these are going like this, in the opposite way, like this. And yep, should be good. Okay, let's put the T-nuts now. Am I able to? No, I'm not. So the easy way for doing this is, okay, first of all, check the T-nuts, because this one is not going to work. Now it's going to work. Check the T-nuts every time. This one was not okay. So the easy way to do this is not to place the T-nuts in place now. Just put these in the middle, then place the screws on it, and when it starts to tighten, just move it in the right place. That's way easier than placing the nuts in the correct place in correct orientation now. And there we go. So I lightly tighten it, and then I can move it. There. Now it's in place, and I can tighten it. That's one. Let's do this for the other 4. We're gonna do this fast. 1, 2. I love T-nuts. I love this shit. There we go. T-nuts running. Yes, every time I use T-nuts, there is a problem. I don't know why, because if I'm using any T-nuts but I'm not live, there is no problem. It's just when I'm building something live, the T-nuts is always a problem. Okay, so I can put it in place. And I'm gonna be able to use the other one. Thank you, Red. I mean, as I said, I told you I have 2 dogs. Well, I had 1 dog, and since 2 days I have a second one, which is a puppy. And if there is anything on the floor, he's gonna eat it. So it needs to be clean. Let's try to do this over here. Can I do this? Yep, I'm gonna try to put it here. There. Stable. Okay. And the last 2 T-nuts. I told you, Red, that's the only reason for the dogs. Otherwise, it wouldn't be that clean. Okay, let's try this. Okay, so now both three are in. I can slide it and tighten it. That's one, and that's two. There. Finally, the last one. And that's done. Okay, we're going to move to the gantry. Okay, that's gonna be useful later. Okay, so for the gantry, I'm thinking that I won't have to use the press insert because as I'm not running any cables on top of it, I may be able to not use any T-nuts for this. We're gonna see this. Okay, so let's try this. What should we start with? Let's see. We are going to check everything. Okay, so there should be insert on this part, but as I said, the two inserts that should be going here won't be useful. So I'm not gonna put these. And as I'm using beefy front idler, there won't be any need for inserts. That's a good thing. Okay, good. No 8 inserts. That's nice. Okay. So we're gonna start with the front idlers. And for the front idlers, we're gonna be using pins, which means that all I need to do right now is the bearing stack. And for this, I need the bearings. Okay, let's check where are the bearings. Okay, we need, what do we need? We need bearings. So bearings, that's not gonna be useful. We need M5 shims. That's something that I already have, and we are not gonna use any screws for this, so that should be good. Okay, let's do this. No, I'm not going sensorless. Let me show you something. Last time I showed this part. This is a part made by Nemi, which is an end-stop mod. So basically, we are gonna put one micro switch here. That's gonna be for the Y, and one micro switch is gonna be here for the X. And that small part is gonna be put on the shuttle, so on the carriage, and it's gonna be used to check Y and Z, Y and X. So no, I'm not going sensorless. The reason I'm not going sensorless on this build is because if I do so, I need to use the first toolhead to set the T0 and then set T1, T2, well, the other toolhead offsets compared to the first one. Meaning that if I change anything on the first toolhead, every offset is going to be off. By doing so, I can basically just use the carriage. The carriage is never going to move, and set all the toolheads offsets on the carriage and not the first toolhead. It will make sense when I'm there, but at the time, it did make sense to use an end stop. I don't know if Nemi is here or if Nick is here, but both of them could give you a better answer than myself. Well, better than what I just did, but that's the real reason for this. Okay, so let's make the bearing stack. So we are gonna use this. So one pin, one shim, one bearing. Okay, so I'm gonna have problem with the bearings, obviously. Okay, that's gonna be a problem. Every time I do something live, there is a problem. Okay, so that's gonna be a problem. Okay, let's try the other one. All of these are gonna be troublesome. Okay, that's going to be a real problem. Why is that so tight? Okay, let's see if I can switch something. So I was supposed to use the pins, but my pins seems like they are just a bit too big, probably less than a millimeters. Yeah, so that's going to be a problem. I'm going to try something else. First of all, I need to remove these. How am I going to remove this? Okay, let's try to find something else. So just in case, I printed these that are supposed to work with screws. I'm going to need to find some screws that work with this, because the pins are not going to be the answer today. How am I going to remove this? Like this. Okay. So those pins are not going to work. We're just going to find the right size screw for this. Okay. Let's see. What screw should work? We need something that is somewhere between 12 and 16. Let's see if 12 is okay for this. Is 12 okay for this? No, I don't think 12 is going to be okay. 12 is not going to be okay. Let's try the 16. Let's try the 16. Okay, 16 should work, but my screws are too big. Let's try the other one. Yep, 16 is going to work. Okay, perfect. At least I printed the needed part. So bearing stack, 1 bearing, 2 bearing, and a shim. Okay, and we can actually put this in place. There, 1 bearing stack. And the second one. Okay, let's put this in place. And that's the second one. Perfect. Okay, then we're gonna need a few things. Okay, I think we're gonna need M5 nuts and M5 by 30, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Beefy fronted lure. So M5 nuts and M5 by 30. M5 by 30, I have this here. So we're gonna need 4. And M5 nuts, should have some over here. Let's see. 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, and no, that's not the same size. Are these the same size? No. Let's try this. Okay. Yep, that's gonna work. And the reason for beefy front idler is because I can actually win probably 2 millimeters on each side. But that's it. Okay. So that's one. And we can use the screws. There and there. Should be good. I'm just tightening a bit so that it's perfectly aligned. There, that's the first one. And we can go with the second one. So the lesson to learn with the pin not being the correct size is always check everything before you start a live stream. That's something I should do. And now that's the line. Okay. Should be good. Okay. So we have the front idlers. Now it's time to go with the A and B motors. Okay. So we are gonna need a few things. 20 teeth pulley, these ones. And we're gonna need also these. And finally, these. So, okay. So the first one is going to go this way. We're gonna put the screws right now. Okay, that's one. That's the second one. I'm gonna tighten later. And that's gonna be the A motor. So the A motor is just here and should be set like this. I'm just gonna tighten the one on the flat side just for a reason, is that I'm gonna check everything, if everything is aligned when it's done. And for the second one, we are going to put it in place also and use both screws. And for the same reason, we're gonna tighten everything after. There, 1 and 2. The B motor should be just a bit higher. Should be good to go now. Okay. There. So that's the B motor. Okay, and now we are going with the A motor. So the A motor is this one and this one. M5 by 30 should be here. Okay. So let's do this. 1 and 2. And then we can flip it. Okay. Let's do the bearing stack. Where's the bearings? There we go. Bearings. And always shim, then bearings. Let's do this. Bearings, bearings. We close the bearing stack. And shim. Shim. This one's gonna have 2 shims. And once again, a bearing stack. And we should be good to go with what's next. Okay. There. That's something that I love. Switching, turning this. Okay. Let's try to not screw that up. 1 and 2. Okay. We're gonna be light on the tightening because we are screwing this directly in the plastic. Okay, that's one. And that's really nice. Okay. Then let's use the A motor. A motor this way. And M3 by 30. That's not screws that I've already taken out. So we're gonna need the M3 by 30. Should be quite easy to find. M3 by 30. Here we go. Okay. There. Let's do this. 1, 2, and 3. When that's done, we're gonna be able to align the pulley with everything. Okay. There. That's one. The opposite corner is good also. And the last one is okay. Okay. So now all I need to do is making sure that the bearings are aligned with the pulley and we should be good. So for this, I'm gonna need to turn this. And align everything. So to be able to align everything, all you need to do is check if everything's aligned over here. I know I'm probably the worst here, but let's try to zoom in. So you just need to check if these bearings, if these bearings are aligned with the teeth of the pulley. Let's do this. Which was not the case. it's absolutely needed for it to be completely aligned. If you are not perfectly aligned, the belt is gonna be eaten by the pulley. And that's not something that you want. You're gonna have some dust stacking in front of the motor, just here. When the printer is running, you're gonna have a lot of dust here. If you have dust here, that means that the pulley is not aligned with the bearings. You need to check something. Okay, let's check this one last time, but it seems like it's okay. Yep, looks like it's okay. Yep, that's not okay. That's not okay. I need to remove a bit. Now it's okay. There. Yeah, now it's okay. Perfectly aligned. Perfect. Okay, so that's one. Let's do the other. So same thing. We're gonna use M5 by 30. No, yeah, M5 by 30. One and two here. Switch this up, and we're gonna have the bearing stack. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, let's do this. Shim bearing stacks. And then shims. There we go. A second one. And the last one. There. And this one should be good. Okay. So just make sure not to over tight because we are screwing directly in the plastic. That's okay. And that should be good too. Yep, that's okay too. Okay. Now the motor, which is here, and should be going this way. Yep. M3 by 30. 1, 2, and 3. There we go. And now we can tighten it. 1, 2, and the last one. Perfect. All we need to do now is check if everything is aligned once again, and we should be good. And it seems like I need to move it a bit further down. Yep, should be good. Can tighten it, check the other screw, and that will be okay. Okay. Am I good? I'm good to go with this. Am I? I'm not. I don't know how I can do this, but every time when I double check, everything's not aligned. Okay, let's check that. Okay, let's check everything. I need to make sure that everything's aligned, and that's a pain. There. That seems like it's okay. Yeah, looks like it. Okay. We have the A and B motor. Now we are gonna move to the rear of the gantry. For this, we're gonna need M5 T-nuts and the AB motors. Okay. Let's go back on this. Can I unzoom on this? Yep. Okay. So we're gonna need M5 T-nuts, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 should be good. And the screws that we are gonna use are M5 by 10. Should have these already somewhere else. Somewhere here, yeah. We're gonna use a bench of M5 by 10. Okay. Let's do this. So there is a way to place the T-nuts. Yep, like this. So 2 at the top, 2 on the bottom. On each side. That's okay. Let's flip it for the other side. That's okay. And finally, these. Okay. Let's place the A and B motors. There. That's okay. There. That's okay too. We're gonna put the M5 by 10 and then we're gonna slide everything in place. So I'm not over tightening everything just because I'm gonna need to move it. One, two. There is something I forgot. Okay. Will I be able to? Yes. So why I'm on this side, I was saying that I'm gonna use this, and this is supposed to be going this way over here. meaning that I'm gonna need to put an M3 T-nut on the extrusion here. I'm probably gonna try to put it in place. Will I be able to place it after? Yes, I will be able to place it after, so I'm not gonna move it right now. Okay, so just put this in place, not tightening anything so that I can move everything. Let's do the other side. Hi, El Millard. Okay, so let's do the other side. There, and the bottom ones. The M5x10s. As I said, not over tightening it. Yeah, I'm sure that we're gonna be able to place the shuttle today. The big question is, should I put the door buffer first or the electronic first? Because it's gonna be a pain to turn the printer when we have the bed and everything. Okay, so that's in place. We're gonna take care of this way later. And okay, we're gonna slide everything in place. So the way I do this is I use the printed parts to align everything. And then I tighten it. There, this is aligned with the printed parts. And we can then tighten it in place. Okay, and for the other side, it's going to be the same thing. So just need some light to make sure I'm not doing something stupid. Because obviously I over tight these screws. There. That's okay. We can tighten it. Anyway, at some point, we're going to check everything when the gantry is fully in place, if everything's aligned. There we go. This is okay. Now, that's going to be on the side. And we are going to place some T-nuts for the rails. Okay, M3 T-nuts here. My rails are here. And we're gonna do this. Let's go. So how many T-nuts am I gonna use? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 T-nuts. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna put this one in the middle. It's gonna be moving. 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Somebody asked me why I'm not putting screws on every hole. The answer is simple. There is no need for this. You basically can just go with half of it. Easy question, easy answer. Okay, let's align everything. 1, 2, 3. That's not gonna work. 4. I'm gonna align the last one later. Let's align these. 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're gonna use this one. 5. Okay. Let's try to use the printed part I made. Okay. And we need M3 by 8. So always start in the middle. We're gonna put all the screws in place, not tightening anything, and then we're gonna slide everything in place. There we go. A few more screws on this one. Okay. Let's make sure that everything's aligned correctly here, which is not. Let's align these. Okay. That's 2 screws. And now let's make sure it's in the correct place. We need 25 millimeters on one side. Okay, let me find my ruler. Where is this? I know that there is a ruler. Okay, on the desk behind me. Okay. What did I do? So I said 25 millimeters. Okay. There, 25. That's absolutely perfect. Let's make sure. Yep, 25. So we're gonna tighten everything now. Okay, so as always, from the middle, and then we go to each side. Always, always, always from the middle if you don't want to have troubles. Otherwise, it's gonna, well, it could bend in the middle. That's not what we want, but it could. There. Let's check everything. 1, that's perfect, that's done. Done. Done 2, good. Okay. This one is done. And if I'm not mistaken, that's 25, and the other side should be 25 too. Yes, so both sides are 25. Okay, let's do the other one. Okay, we're gonna need more T-nuts. One, two, three, four. Okay. The fifth one is in the middle. It's gonna be moving later. And then 6, 7, 8, and the 9th. Okay. Let's make sure everything's aligned, which obviously won't be the case at first. Okay, so 1, that's a line. That's pretty much line. Okay, here 2. This is good. That's okay. Shit, I moved. Okay, should be good. Once again, we are not gonna tighten anything until everything's okay. Okay, let's put the screws in from the middle every time. So as I said, we just put the screws, we are not tightening anything. There, there. Okay, that's 3, 4, 5, and 6 on this side. There is one thing that I've always wondered when using BFI, the beefy front idlers. The SLTs come with 6 parts. 2 of these with 2 big holes and 4 of these. We actually need 8 of these. So we're gonna see which one is supposed to be and try to make a push request to change the numbers, because it's always the same question I ask myself. There must be a reason that I'm missing, but I'm gonna find it. Okay, so now 25 millimeters on each side. I should be able to just push the rail with the ruler and get 25. That's 25. Perfect. We tighten the middle one. There. And as I said, from the middle to the sides. Put space between O and M. What do you mean? O and M. I didn't get it, Jeff. Okay, let's try to make sure everything's okay. And we are good to go. Okay, now I think we're gonna put the nuts once again. Okay, T-nut orientation. Okay, okay, okay. Okay. that's where something's gonna change from the manual. The manual is calling for M5 on the opposite side of the rails. So I'm supposed to have 4 M5 here, but the beefy front idlers come with M5 and M3 on both sides. So that's something I'm going to change. Okay. Oh, sorry, Jeff. So as I was saying, the voron manual is calling for M5 T-nut exclusively on this side, meaning that we should have two M5 T-nuts here, two M5 T-nuts here. But the thing is that the BFI does have M5 and M3 on both sides, meaning that I'm gonna need to use M3 and then M5 on this. And the correct orientation is yes. Okay. So let's put some M3 and M5 T-nuts. So I'm gonna need some. And I think I'm gonna do one side after the other. Okay. So the beefy front idler is gonna go this way. Yep, this way. So M3 and then M5. M3 and M5. Same for the other one, M3 and then M5. And the opposite side is the same thing, M3 and M5. And I hope I won't have problem with this one. Yeah, I knew I was gonna have problem with this. Okay. I knew that. Okay. So I'm gonna move one of the screws from the rails here. And obviously I should have followed the manual. What did I do? Okay. I'm just gonna move one of the T-nuts for the rails. Because otherwise it won't go correctly. And that's over tight. Okay, that's one. That's two. Let's try to make it correct. I'm gonna try to align these. Okay. Let's align this one too. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Jeff. I'm gonna link it on the description just after. Okay. There we go. So as I was saying, M3 first, and then M5. Yes. Okay, so M3 first, M5 then. M3 first, M5 Then now it fits. Same goes here. M3, M5. Okay. And yep, now we can place these. And for these, we're gonna use nothing for now. Okay. So should be going this way. Yep, should be going this way. And this way. Okay. Let's align all the T-nuts. Okay. So this is aligned. Now we need to use these parts, and I have no idea of the screws I need to use. We're gonna try with what's supposed to be the regular screws. Beefy front healer, we're gonna use M3 by 16. So we're gonna try these. Okay. So this is gonna be going here, and let's check if I have M5 by 16 here. Okay, let's try this. Is the M5 by 16 the correct one? Yep, seems like it. So M5 by 16 is the correct one. M5 by 16, and now we need the M3 by 16. Do I have M3 by 16 screws in here? M3 by 16, yes, we do. That's some screws we're gonna use. Okay. That's not the correct. Yeah, is it? No, it's not. I want ball head screws. So that's not gonna be correct. I may have some screws here. M3 by 16. Let's see if I have this. Yes, I have some. M3 by 16. Correct. Yes. And yes, also. There. Okay. That's okay. Then the other side. The other side, we're gonna use something else. See you, Augustus. Okay, let's make sure that everything's flat on here. No, it's not. Okay. Yeah, that's because I over-tight these. Okay, now everything's flat. Yep, and we can tighten this. Okay. Just gonna tighten one of the screws to make sure it's completely flat. Same goes here. Yep, that's perfect. Okay, so we're gonna keep these. We're gonna use it once again. And okay. Okay, so this side, these two are okay. Yeah, these two are okay. Now, let's move to the A and B motors. So that's gonna be this, like this. Yes, that's gonna be like this. Okay. Need some room. I need to make some room over here. There. Okay. Let's make sure everything's correctly aligned. So we're gonna need to put some T-nuts on both. So two M5 on the top. Where are my M5 T-nuts here? M5 T-nuts and M3 and M5 at the bottom. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So, as I said, M5 T-nuts at the top. Okay, these are okay. M5 T-nuts. There we go. Okay, let's check if I can slide the M3 and M5 on both sides. I think I'm gonna have the exact same problem as earlier. M3 and M5 shouldn't fit. Oh, it does. Okay. It does fit. Okay, perfect. I don't know why it didn't earlier. So M3, M5, M3, M5, and why is it not fitting in here? Why is it fitting on one side and not on the other? That's not gonna work. I honestly don't understand why it's fitting on one side, not on the other. I have to move once again one screw. I'm wondering if I shouldn't. I'm gonna do the exact same thing on both sides. I have no idea why is that happening. But that's an easy fix. Okay, so that's removed. That's removed. Let's push these correctly. Okay. That's a broken iPhone. Okay. Now everything should fit. So I was saying M3 and then M5. And now I don't have problem with any room. Okay. Let's try to find if my phone is still working. Yep. Nothing's broken. Okay. So I was saying this is going to be on this side, this is going to be on this side. That's going to be some grease I need to remove. Okay. And I was saying we're going to need the exact same screws. So M5 by 16, I'm going to need 4 for now, and we'll see after. Okay, so first side. Second side. Okay, let's flip all of these. Should be easier to work with. And we're gonna need these, and we're gonna need this one also. So, as I was saying, I have no clue on what side. Okay. The belt's gonna go from the top, so like this. Okay. Let's make sure everything aligns. So the extrusion need to be completely flat with the printed part. We are going to check everything once it's in place. Okay, that's one. Okay. Okay, so let's tighten these so that it doesn't move and check if it's flat. No, it's not. Let's make sure it's completely aligned. Yep, now it's completely aligned. There, that's one. Let's do the other side. Okay. Let's put the screws. Screws are in place. Now let's make sure that everything's perfectly aligned. There. Aligned. That's aligned. Okay. And let me check something on here. Do I have any picture on what orientation that should be? No, I don't. I don't have anything on this. Okay, well, I'm just gonna trust that I'm good on this. Let's take a 3-minute break. I'm gonna check on one of my printers because I'm wondering if I use the belt retainer on the correct orientation. So let's take 3-minute break and we're gonna see if that's okay. Okay, I'm back. So I went to check on the other printer over there if the orientation is good, which is the case. Okay, let's move this. Okay, like this. Should have plenty of room. And now we're gonna move to the XY joins. I don't think I need it inserts in these. Let's just check this. Don't think there is any. No, there won't be. Okay, perfect. Okay, so we are gonna need M5 nuts. M5 nuts are over here. M5 nuts, M5 nuts, M5 nuts. Where are the M5 nuts? Just here. Okay, perfect. let's do this. One, two, three, 4, 5, and 6 should be good. That's always a pain to put in place. Okay. 1, 2, 3, and the last one. Okay. Now we're gonna move to the other parts. Let's take this one, even if this is not gonna be used. I need M5 by 40, and I haven't taken these out yet. M5 by 40. Where are the M5 by 40? Yes, they are here. M5 by 40. Okay. And we're gonna need something else. Probably from this. Okay. M5 by 40. This is supposed to be the right one. Okay. And let's go for a bearing stack. So shim, bearings, bearing, and shim. Okay, and now we're gonna close this with this one. That's not the right one. That should be the correct one, yes. Okay. We are not gonna over tight it right now. Let's put the other 2 screws in place. 1 and the last of these. Yes. Okay, now we can turn it around. Okay, we can tighten it, not over tighten anything, just making sure it's holding in place. Okay, okay, okay. Perfect. And finally, we need the pulley for this. There. And it's also an M5 by 40 over here. Let's put this in place. And that's gonna be tightened in the plastic, so we are not over tightening anything. Making sure it's tightened, but that can still move freely, which is not the case. I'm sure that there is a problem here. Okay, let me check something. Why is, yes. Yeah, I'm gonna turn it around. Okay. There is a printed shim on the part, but the thing is, it was rubbing, so now it should be okay. Perfect. It's, yeah, that's okay. So that's one. Let's do the other one. We're gonna need 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then that's the one we're gonna use. Okay. Oh yes. So it should go this way. Shim bearings. Okay, bearings. Closing. And shim. And let me check. It should be this one. Okay. Okay, so that's not the easiest one because it's in the middle of air. Yep. That's a pain to use. Okay, let's put the other screws holding all of this together. There, now I can tighten everything. That's one, that's two. Making sure everything's aligned. Okay. Okay, everything is aligning, perfect. Finally, the last one and the pulley, and we should be good to move to the next part. Okay, that's moving, still moving freely, perfect. Okay, let's move all of these to a correct location. Okay, now we're gonna do the last extrusion and the last rail. And we should have 15 on each side. Okay, perfect. Okay, so last extrusion. And we need some more T-nuts. So let's count these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we're gonna use 7 T-nuts for this one. 5, 6, 7. Okay. Let's put some T-nuts in place. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the other side 5, 6, and 7. Okay, that's in place. Let's align everything. One, 2, 3. Oh, that's gonna be a tough one. 1, 2, 3. And the last one is going just here. Okay. Let's put this all in place. Rail guides. Slide it in place. Making sure we are okay. And let's put the screws. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay. As always, I'm not tightening anything until everything's in place correctly. There we go. And we are supposed to be 15 millimeters from the end of the extrusion. Okay, that's 15, meaning that the other side should be 15 too. No. Yes. Let's tighten everything. Okay. That was the last rail. Okay, next. Next, we're gonna use 2 M5 T-nuts on each side of these and 1 at the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 T-nuts. So 2 T-nuts at the top. 1 at the bottom. Why are these T-nuts sliding so easily? Okay, let's try to just not move them. 2 T-nuts on this side too. And 1 at the bottom. Okay. I think we're gonna start by this side. And now we can put these in place. So these, and it's supposed to be M5 by 10 on the top. M5 by 10s screws. Okay, so I'm gonna get 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's put these in place now. Okay, that's okay. The other side is going to be okay too. Okay, let's tighten everything into place. It's barely tightened. Just to hold it in place. We're gonna tighten everything after, when we are ready to rack the gantry. Let's align these. And for the bottom, we need M5 shims and M5 by 30. M5 by 30 here. Hi, Nick. And you are arriving just in time because the gantry is almost done. And we are gonna soon put the shuttle in place. Well, soon enough. Okay. So this is in place. This is in place too. And now let's check everything's okay. Yeah, I'm correct on this. Perfect. Okay, so let's put these on rails. Good. I'm gonna use M3 by 16 all the way. Do I have my M3 by 16 out yet? M3 by 16. I know I took them out earlier. Okay, I should have. M3 by 16. Okay. Let's use these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and the last one, 8. Okay. You need a third end to install it, I think. I have my third end. That's supposed to be my third hand to install the carriage. Well, the shuttle. We're gonna see if this works. Morning, Joseph. Okay, so I was saying I need to put these screws in place so that the gantry is complete. Let's try these. Okay. And the other side. The last one. Okay, so we can actually tighten these. 1, 2. Okay, that should be good on this side. Let's do the other one. I do, right? I do want these. I do need something to eat, actually. Okay. So that's in place. Now, we need to put the join in place and everything. Okay. The bearing blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, and also these 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. Before I do anything, I need to cut the belts to the correct length. Thanks, Wraith. Honestly, Nick, I do love that blue. Honestly, I was saying last week that I always wanted to have one blue frame. That's the reason I went with this one. Well, that's the reason I went with a new printer and didn't use one of my previous printer to change it to a Toolchanger, because I wanted to have a blue frame. My question now is, do you guys think that LDO cuts the belts or no? No, they don't. So I need to cut the 8mm belts to the right side. Shit. I don't like doing this. Okay. I'm gonna have to cut some belts. Do I have something to make sure the belts are the same? Or do I have not? So there is something that I use. This little part is the part I use to make sure that my 6mm belts are the same length. I'm sure that I have the exact same part. Is that the right belt? Looks like for the gantry. No, that's 9mm. 9mm for the Z. So I was saying I'm sure that I have the exact same one for 9mm belts because I needed it at some point. Just need to make sure that I have it or not. If I do, that would be insane. No, that's 6mm too. I'm sure that I have the 9mm tool. Yeah, no, I don't. Do I have it here? No, I don't. Okay, so we are just gonna cut the belts the old-fashioned way. Okay. I was 100% certain that the belts for the Z were pre-cut by LDO. But it seems like it's not the case. Okay. Let's cut the belts. Ooh, that's gonna be long. I think that you just linked, yeah. So Red, the thing that you just linked is great. You can actually link it on here, but the little part I use is like a 2-minute print, and you just squeeze both belts inside. That's it. I'm sure I must have it somewhere for the 9mm. I know I have it somewhere. I have no clue where it is. Doesn't matter. Wait, I might have it here. Do I? No, I don't. Okay, no big deal. Let's make sure that we cut these in four with the same length. Yeah, I know. Okay. But I mean, cutting the belts to the right length is probably the worst part of it. Okay. Especially because I was not expecting to have to cut these. I really need to clean everything here. I'm sure I have something. Because by the way, I'm gonna need it for another build soon, so I'm just gonna have to reprint it. Okay, obviously at the end it's gonna be a problem. What's that? Okay. Okay, let's cut this in the middle. Because anyway, we're gonna. Okay, so now I have two belts. Let's cut these in two. There is a mystery with this. I'm sure I have it. Anyway, so I was saying I need to cut these in two. And to do so, I need to make sure that everything is correct. Okay. Let's cut this. Okay, I'm at the end. Let's cut somewhere and then a line. So this is supposed to be one more teeth. There. Let's double check everything. No, it's not gonna fit. What the fuck did I do? Okay. Yeah, I probably should have done the exact same thing. Okay, let's check if I have everything. Shit. Okay. Yes, those two are the same length. Okay, now is the easy part. So that's the first one. Now all I need to do is cut these ones. Let's do it. Oh shit. Okay, let's cut this one correctly. So it should be one more T. Okay, there. There we have it. So that's the third one. And let's cut the last one. Yep. Should be the easiest one. Well, that's the extra belt after cutting 4s. Okay, I have my full belts. I have my belts for the Z. At least the XY is gonna be way simpler. Way easier. Okay, now let's check that. So I'm gonna need M5 nuts. Let's place the nuts now. Okay, let's put the nuts now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 1, 2, 3, and the fourth one. Yeah. Okay. We then are gonna need to place the belts directly inside. Okay. And these holding the belts. Okay. And then M5 by 30 and M3 by 30. Okay. So I need to prepare M5 by 30 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. I need M3 by 30 4 times 2. 3, 4. Just gonna check once if it's okay. Should be like this. Let's check if it's the correct length. Seems like it's correct. Let's check this because I have doubts. No, that's okay. Okay, perfect. Let's make sure everything's aligned. Yeah, okay. Now, we are gonna put some belts. Let's take the first one and put it in place. Okay, so one. So that's in place. And now I need to be able to slide this. Yeah, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. I always forgot that should easier. It's way easier to do it like this. Okay. So the M3 and the M5. Let's tighten everything. Okay. So we have one Z belt in place. Let's go with the others. Sometimes there is something really stupid on this. Basically cannot have it the wrong way. There is something stupid on the manual. Okay, next. Let's do this one. This one's not going to be easy because of the idler. Okay. So, same thing. We're gonna put all the block. I'm sorry, this one you won't be able to see a lot, but that's not the easiest one to place. Okay. Let's put the screws so that it won't move anymore. There. Stop moving. Okay. So we have two belts, and now we need the last two. Should be easier. Okay, let's make sure everything's aligned. No, it's not. Nothing's aligned. Okay, let's turn the wall gantry. Nothing is aligned here. Okay. Okay, should be good now. And one more belt. There. Screws. Okay. And we're gonna do the last one. Okay, that's the last of it. Let's tighten everything. Is everything's aligned? Yes. Okay, that's the last of it. Perfect. Okay, now we're gonna place the Z joints on the printer. Did I miss something? Yes, I did not miss anything. M3 by 20. M3 by 20. Okay, so now we're gonna place these parts on the printer. And I said M3 by 20, I think. I already forgot. Yes, M3 by 20. Okay, let's find the screws. Should be this. No, that's M3 by 12. Or the M3 by 20. There. M3 by 20. And we need a lot of these. Okay. I'm gonna try to do this fast. 1, 2. I have no idea what time it is now. I don't know about you guys, but it's almost 8 p.m. here. No, it's 8:10. I'm starting to get angry. And Rhett talking about donuts is probably the worst thing that could have happened now. But I want the gantry in place. Okay. I actually have a coffee machine there, but right now I need something to eat. But I will honestly feel way better when the gantry is in place. Even if I don't have anything to eat. Okay. Let's tighten this. I don't remember how long it's been since I've used this part. I've been using G5C every time for the past few years, so just didn't want to change anything else from the LDO kit. If you guys could see the parts printed with this ASA CF, the quality is insane. That's not because of my print quality, but the filament itself is something else. Okay, I honestly, I thought about it, Reth. I know that Thor made some. I wasn't able to find it, so I just didn't use it. I'm probably at some point gonna change to use Vitaly's Rigid Z, but right now I don't have it. But I've seen it. I think I'm using it on my Micron on the desk over there. There is a Micron here. This one is using Rigid Z, and it's insane. The difference is insane. But I wanted to use it, just couldn't find the file. Okay, so let's put the gantry in place. I'm gonna need this. I'm gonna need this one. Let's flip this around. Okay, let's put the gantry in place. Am I going to be able to put it in place correctly? Oh, shit. That's too high. Okay, I broke something. What did I broke? I broke something. I heard something breaking. What did I break? Okay, I broke the front idler. Fuck. Yes, I know. I just did something stupid and I locked these too high. Let's move this. And I broke something, so I'm gonna be in trouble. I'm gonna be in trouble. I should probably start to reprint the part. Shit. I broke that. Let me show you. I broke that. Shit. Shit, 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 shit. Okay. Let's take 5 so I can start the print as soon as I can. I need to reprint the part, that's obvious, which is not going to be ready for tonight. So while I do this, let's gain some time and cut the belts. I'm going to do something else. Let's not lose time on this. Okay. We're going to cut the belts for the X and Y. And for this, I'm going to use my printed part that I was talking about earlier. Okay, so that little part I was talking about, just have the size to place both ends of the belt inside so that I'm sure that both belts going to be the exact same length. I honestly don't understand why LDO is not pre-cutting these belts. So let's do this. So we just place both belts inside, and that's it. Just one more teeth on one side and slide it all the way. So the top belt does have one more teeth, and there. All I need to do now is cut. One more teeth on this side, and that's it. And now my belts are exactly the same length. And we can even check by going back. Okay. So that's shitty because I won't be able to put the gantry. What can I do? What can I do? What can I do? What can I do? Okay. We're gonna leave these on the side. We're gonna leave this on the side. And what can I do for this? We're gonna put the bed in place. We're gonna put the bed in place. I usually put the bed last because of the weight. But the thing is, Nick, are you still here? Because I would have a question for you for this. I'm wondering when is the best time to do the electronic under the bed? Because when it's done, that's going to be a problem. Or maybe I can just... Let me check something. Let's take the bed. Okay. I know that for the Trident, the LDO kit come with a bed that does have cut wire. Let's see if it's the same here. Okay, that's gonna be waiting somewhere. That's gonna be waiting here. Okay, let's see if the bed come with cut wires or if it's the full length. Oh, yes, it comes with cut wires. It comes with cut wires. That's a good thing. Meaning that I don't have to put the bed now. I can leave the bed somewhere, just make sure that I have the electronic ready for it. And that's gonna be way, way, way easier for me. Okay. Yes, Honda, that's what I wanted to check. So I'm gonna see if I printed the Vago part. The Vago, I don't know. Oh, that's nice too. That's nice too. I just need to make sure I printed the part for this. Honestly, I wonder. There is a big pile of parts. Let's check if I printed the right one. I have no clue if I did. I have parts for everything. Let's see if I have it. Okay. I could at least place this. Let's see. I have so many parts. I think I didn't print the part that goes under the bed. Must be the last plate I was supposed to print. Yeah, I don't have the parts. No, I don't. Okay. Okay. I don't have the parts. So that's something that I'm gonna have to print too. That's nice to know. Okay. We're gonna prepare everything for the door frame, then the door buffer. Yep. There are two parts that I need to reprint. That's not a big deal. Okay. Let's prepare the door buffer. So the door buffer, I'm gonna use the clicky clack door. So I printed all the parts for it. And there are a few heat inserts that needs to be placed. Obviously the gantry is gonna need to move. I need the room. So the printer itself is gonna move. The gantry is gonna move because right now it cannot be used. And we're gonna put some heat inserts for this. So these are the parts for the door buffer using the clicky clack door, meaning that I'm gonna have some heat inserts to place. let's check. I need 2 on this part, and I'm probably gonna need a few others. Yes, 2 on this one, and should I have the last one? Yes, that part too. Okay. So let's see if I can use the press for these. At least I'm not losing time on what's next. Okay. Am I gonna be able to use? No, I'm not. What about this one? No, also. Okay, no big deal. Let's put the inserts on this one. Okay, this one's done too. Can I use it? No, that's not gonna work. Just gonna use the other soldering iron. Let's take the other one. Okay. So I need my inserts. That's gonna be troublesome. Okay. Let's put some inserts. One. Sorry. One's done. That's the second one. Okay. That's the third. And the last one. Oh, shit. Okay. That's done. Put this away before I burn myself. Okay. Power for Nevermore. If you do them, and then turn the print over and press it to flat surface. Yeah, the thing is that I usually use the press, so I don't have this problem. And the inserts with this are going to be used with a part, so that doesn't really matter. As long as it's pushed enough and not sticking out, that should be fine. We are going to prepare the the part for this. What I'm wondering if I should use hammer T-nuts or regular T-nuts for this. I'm thinking regular T-nuts on the frame. What's the recommendation for this? Let's see. Let's see what's the recommendation for this. Can I share my screen? Yep, I can share my screen. Okay. Draft shift design. Let's see the door buffer. Is there a bum anywhere? Yeah, M3 T-nuts. M3 T-nuts. And the manual. What does the manual say? That's not the right. That's the correct one. Okay. There are more pages. Okay, so they are using hammer T-nuts. Yeah, okay. Yeah, hammer T-nuts. I don't like hammer T-nuts. I'm just gonna use regular T-nuts. I'm just gonna use regular T-nuts. Okay. Let's place this correctly so that I can check where the T-nuts are going. So one of these is gonna be on the left. This is gonna be on the middle right. This is gonna be on the middle here. That's gonna be here. Yep. And that's gonna be just over there. Like this. And then should be like this. I think that's it. Okay, so if I'm correct, which I'm gonna check right now, should have 46 on here, and that's exactly what I have. So 46. And I'm gonna need 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 T-nuts at the top. Let's place these T-nuts. Okay. So 4 top, 4 bottom, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on each side. Okay. 4 bottom and 6 plus 1 on each side. Okay, let's do this. So I was saying 4 bottom and 4 tops. And the orientation doesn't really matter, does it? No. 1. 2, 3, and 4. Oh, same for the bottom. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, let's check if the printer's hot enough. And yeah, I need to print the other parts too. So I was saying that I need the underbed parts. Oh, I don't need to print the part under the bed because it's supposed to be printed and given by LDO. Let's have a look. Hi, Kyle. You missed something. I basically broke the BFI, one of the BFI. So I'm kind of stuck right now on this. That's so great. So I was saying that there are parts that are supposed to be printed by LDO. Let's have a look if I can find those parts. That's the electronic, so that's not it. I was looking for the part that goes under the bed, but I wasn't able to find it. Electronic, so that's not it. That's not gonna be it too. Okay, let's try to find those parts. That's the power supply. What's this? No. Panel kits. Where are the printed parts? There are supposed to be printed parts that I basically cannot find. Let's see. Cable kits. So there are no printed parts for this. Inside, okay. So that's not it. That's the first box. Electronic. No. Oh, there they are. They do provide some printed parts, yes. Okay, let's see this. Oh yeah, that's what I wanted. That's what I wanted. What else is in there? Oh, I don't know if you guys have seen the DIN clip that they provide. That's injected, and that's so cool because it's way better than the one I print. The PCB DIN clip. That's insane. It's way better. There is no P mount because the P is on the Leviathan. But yeah, they provide these parts. So that's the part I was looking for earlier. That's so cool. Okay, let's go back to what I was doing. But that's nice to know that the part's here. Will save me a lot of time looking for this one. So I was saying, for the bottom, 4 on the top, I need to add some more T-nuts on this side. For the door buffer, so I think I was saying 6 on each side, plus 1 to hold the crossbar. So that's 7. That's 7. Yeah, that's 7. 1, 2. Just gonna put some like this. This one's gonna go this way. This one's gonna go this way too. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One last one for the crossbar. Let's do the exact same thing on the opposite side. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and the last one. So all the T-nuts for the door buffer are in place. I'm not gonna put the door buffer in place now, otherwise I'm gonna be in trouble. But we could go with something else. Okay. What can I do with this? Okay, let's talk about that part. That part is gonna be the end stop I'm gonna use. So we are gonna need 2 micro switch. Let's take 2 micro switch. Okay. So for this, we are going to need, let me try to zoom in the maximum I can. So this is the part, and we're gonna need 2 micro switch and a GST connector. Then we're gonna need to solder everything. So let's try to open the correct page for the mod. I know that somebody requested it. So it's in Stealthchanger and use a mod. It's once again one of Nemi's mod. And this is it. So for this, we are going to need M2 self-screwing screws. What kind of screw am I going to use? These, not this one, not this one. I'm going to use 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. So I honestly think that this is the best way to deal with X and Y. It comes with small parts that goes on the shuttle that we are going to install when the shuttle is installed. But right now, let's do that part. So we need to install this one. Okay. So this is going to be installed that way. Okay, we're going to remove the middle pin to save some space on both. That's okay. By removing the middle pin, we are then moving to this. So this is going here. Let's take the screws. 1 and 2. Obviously, I'm gonna need a little screwdriver. 1.5, is it? Yes, that's the correct one. Okay, so these screws go here. Okay. So that's one. And the second one goes on the top. And the orientation should be this way. So there are things that will need to be, oh shit. There are things that are going to be soldered. So I'm honestly wondering if I should not solder everything before I place it. But let's see. Okay, am I correct? Yes, I am. Okay, so this is going to be placed like that. It's going to be placed like that, so that the screw that's going to be at the back of the shuttle is going to be able to activate the X. No, the X and stop, and the Y is going to be activated by I don't know what. But we'll see. So that goes like this, and the GST goes like that. So let's see if I'm capable of soldering everything correctly, or if I should solder everything before. Yeah, I think I'm gonna solder everything before I place it. That's gonna be way easier. Except probably these two pins are gonna be soldered together directly. That's gonna be easier, yeah. So yeah, we are gonna stop it for tonight with this. Hopefully next week will be sorry. Hopefully next week we will fix the broken parts. Well, actually, I'm gonna fix the broken part and put the gantry in place before next week, so that we just have to run the belts, and that should be fine. I'm sorry, because I really wanted to set the shuttle in place tonight, but I absolutely need to go back to my place so that I can see my kids. you guys should have a look at the belt helper that is available for download on the DriveShift GitHub, because honestly, it does look insane, and that's the third hand that we always need when placing belts. Yep, we're gonna see this. So I'm gonna leave you guys for today. Have a good week.